resources, insurance resources, just a lot of different things that we offer here in the Monroe community that we want to make sure that our citizens are aware of.
And it's really sort of pulling all of those resources together in order to educate some folks. We were talking a bit earlier, you know, some folks hear about things like the United Way or even, you know, our food bank and aren't always quite sure of the resources they provide.
Yes, that's correct. And we have vendors coming not only in the Monroe, West Monroe area, but also Ouachita Parish and statewide. We also have, I'm not sure if Deja mentioned, but the financial institutions such as banks that are going to be coaching on how to manage your finances, paying off loans, handling debt, as well as mortgages. And there will be a kid zone so that anyone can bring their children, so that your child, you know, like, oh, I have to go bring my child somewhere so that I can come to this event. No, we will have activities for the children to participate in.
So there's really something for everyone at this event, right?
Exactly.
For those who might not be quite knowledgeable of what Faith and Hope does, what exactly does your organization do?
Okay, Faith and Hope Behavioral Health, we provide mental health counseling and services to individuals starting at age 5 and older. These are in-home behavioral health services, so we actually have counselors who come out in the community, they go into the homes, and they provide you with services. This we deal with anything from anger, depression, anxiety, any of your mental health issues. And also with Faith and Hope, we have an independent living department, and so they provide in-home care for the elderly, disabled. So you have someone who comes in and help you with your daily activities. Whether that's bathing, dressing, light household work. And then we also have a transportation department. And in that area, we provide transportation to and from doctor's appointments. It's non-emergency transportation, so it's just, you know, your routine doctor's appointment, doctor visits that they provide for as well.
Well, covering a lot of bases there.
Yeah.
Folks that may be wanting to come out to this community resource fair, when is it, where is it being held out, and how can folks find out more information?
Okay, well, to find out more information, you can just contact me. My name is Amber Madison. I am the recruiter / community outreach specialist. The event will be on Saturday, July 20th, which is next Saturday, from 10 to 2 p.m., and it will be at the Monroe Public Safety Training Center, which is at 1810 Martin Luther King Drive in Monroe.
All right, looking forward to it. Deja, Amber, I want to thank you so much for coming and talking with me this morning. If you missed any of those details, we'll have them posted for you folks on myarklist.com.
Find your new best friend. Help clear the shelters on August 17th. Join NBC 10, Fox 14, and Banner Ford for this nationwide pet adoption event. Go to myarklist.com for local shelters near you. Sponsored by Vanguard Realty and Batteries Plus Bulbs.
Black Friday in July is on at Stage Stores. Starting Thursday, shop doorbusters like buy one, get two free kids, BOGO free shoes, and buy one, get two free clearance. And the first 30 guests on Saturday will have a shot at a $100 gift card. Our Stage community of stores, where saving big is always in style.
Hey folks, Will Shelby here at Sparks Nissan and Kia with another lineup of hot deals. All these for $299 down and $299 a month. Like this 2018 certified pre-owned Nissan Rogue. How about 2017 Explorer with third row seating? We also have a 2018 Sorento with only 20,000 miles and a 2018 Chevrolet Equinox. All these deals for $299 down and $299 a month. Hot deals start with Sparks Nissan and Kia, I-20 and 165 in Monroe.
Nail fungus. It's not only unsightly, it's also unhealthy. If you've unsuccessfully tried over-the-counter medicine or dangerous pills, we have an alternative. The Pinpoint Foot Laser, found exclusively at Professional Laser Center, targets and kills nail fungus in just one treatment. Harnessing the power of light, Pinpoint is safe, effective, and painless with no downtime and no harmful side effects. Happy, healthy feet in less than an hour? It's possible at Professional Laser Center. Call today for a free consultation.
Here's your Buick, sir.
Actually, that's my Buick.
How are we going to fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises.
Get 13% below MSRP on most 2019 Buick Encore models. That's over $3,400 below MSRP on this 2019 Buick Encore Preferred. See your Monroe area Buick dealer.
Black Friday in July is on at Stage Stores. Starting Thursday, shop doorbusters like buy one get two free kids, BOGO free shoes, and buy one get two free clearance. And the first 30 guests on Saturday will have a shot at a $100 gift card. Our Stage community of stores, where saving big is always in style.
Advantage Health Plan, we're always on the go. That's why we can get our news from the Fox 14 NBC 10 mobile news app. Download the app today to get faster news updates and breaking news alerts. Best of all, it's free. Brought to you by Advantage Health Plan.
Now, your local weather.
Welcome back, everyone. Time now is 6:26, and here's your almanac from yesterday. We did have a high of 97 after a low of 74, so again, above average and really only 5-6 degrees away from that record set back in 1969. As for our temperatures today, they will begin to decrease starting today. We will remain above average and then decrease below average as we head into your Sunday, most likely being the lowest at 79 before we climb back up to about average temperatures for this time of the year. Taking a look at your rain chances, however, they will begin to increase starting today and even to Saturday. Saturday being the highest right now, and Sunday not too far behind at 50% before rain chances taper off as this disturbance moves out of our region.
Thank you, Lexi. Hey, today is National Pet Photo Day. Miss Sharon from Arkansas, we got your photos. We had a little difficulty adding them into the show right now, but they're going to be at the top of our half hour. So please keep watching. This is my dog, Rue. The next one we have is our Chelsea Jones, Fitz. Look at little Fitz. He's adorable.
Oh, yeah.
And look who's next.
This is Roosevelt. This is my little pup. He's an active little squirt.
He's crazy.
Oh, yeah. But light of my life, my little angel.
All right.
Make sure to stay tuned. Send us some more of your pics, whether over Facebook or to our news email at news@NBC10.net. Still to come on NBC 10 News today, though, details on where you can expect road repairs in Ruston.
And Louisiana now under a state of emergency from Baton Rouge to New Orleans to West Monroe's help for evacuees with the ARC-LA should brace for through the weekend. Stay tuned.
I wish I'd never seen a cigarette in my entire life. I truly did. I wish I'd never ever seen one. Much less pick it up or something.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Tonight, Hollywood Game Night returns with a new season. With new games.
What is happening?
From Jane's swanky new house.
Justin Bieber finally moved out of my neighborhood. Thank God!
New Hollywood Game Night, tonight on NBC.
We're getting ready for a choir competition. We need your help.
I am retired.
Oh, yeah.
You're an alto.
I've never sung alto.
Things change as women get older.
The you say?
From start to finish, Custom Carpets and Flooring are with you every step of the way. Whether it's a brand new build or a facelift to an existing home, our in-house interior design service can help you sort it all out. Whether it's a new backsplash, new flooring, or a new countertop, Custom Carpets and Flooring makes it easy. Custom Carpets can also sand and refinish the wear and tear of existing wood flooring. Be sure to ask about our 12 months same-as-cash financing. Custom Carpets and Flooring, proud sponsor of the St. Jude Dream Home.
Have damage from recent storms? Energy Savers of America can get the job done, help filing claims, and guide you through the insurance process. We have the knowledge to help you with all your roofing needs.
Hi, I'm Jason Smith, owner of Energy Savers of America. Give us a call today and come home to quality.
Celebrate the entire month of July with us at Jim Taylor Ford Lincoln in Ruston. Check out our great selection of 2019 F-150s, now with 0% financing for 72 months. Or stop in to test drive our impressive lineup of 2019 Mustangs, Explorers, Fusion Gas, and Ford Flex, all with 0% financing for 72 months. Put our experienced team to work for you. Come experience what we're all about at Jim Taylor Ford Lincoln in Ruston.
New ice cream cookie sandwiches from Sonic. Delicious cookies and real ice cream are on a summer reunion tour. They taste so good live. Hurry in for Sonic Nights. New $1.49 ice cream cookie sandwiches and half-price shakes after 8.
I'm going to take my car. What do I do?
Before the repo man pays you a visit, call Sam.
Sam can help you protect your assets and get back items already taken. Bankruptcy isn't what we do, it's all we do. Call Sam.
You can't miss these savings. It's the largest Western wear sale in the South. The J&H 31st Anniversary Tent Sale, July 11th through 13th. Next week, 3 days of savings for the whole family at J&H Boots and Jeans, West Monroe. More on Facebook and Instagram.
Gordon Boyd, tonight on NBC 10 News at 5. From your local news leader and the Spirit of Community Award winner, this is NBC 10 News Today.
All eyes on the Gulf Coast and beyond. Louisiana now under a state of emergency. How bad is it expected to get? We have got the latest and up-to-date information.
And a chilling discovery in front of a Circle K. Details on the shooting that claimed one man's life and landed the other in a jail cell.
Plus, renovating some roads in Ruston. We have the lowdown on the streets, seeing changes and improvements in Lincoln Parish. Good morning, folks. Time now 6:31. Thank you for waking up with us right here on NBC 10. How's everyone doing today?
Pretty good. We're
really good so far.
We've got one person has sent us in their pets. Are you guys, it's 6:30 now. They're awake now.
Oh, yeah.
Please send us your pet pictures. We want to put them on the news for National Pet Photo Day.
That's
I know.
right.
Yes.
Let's check out these cute ones. Boots and Schnookums.
Yes, Miss Sharon Prescott Rogers sent us in. This is Boots from Fountain Hill, Arkansas, and Schnookums of North Crossett. Schnookums, a donkey, yes?
I think so.
Very cool. Very cool. I was just saying how awesome.
Either way, very, very cute.
A pet, a donkey for a pet. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, my aunt has one. His name's Carlos.
Carlos and
Yeah.
Schnookums. Maybe they should meet.
But folks watching right now, send us in your pet pictures. We'll get them in the news later on in the show. But Lexi, weather-wise, we know we got a big storm system headed this way. What should we expect?
We sure do, and of course, we're already beginning to see an influx of Gulf moisture heading our way. So when we look at your day planner, we will warm up to about 86 degrees by 10 a.m. and quickly warm up into the 90s. Now, again, it won't be as hot as it was the last couple of days, but of course, with that convectivity in our atmosphere and the cold front on the way, it could produce some isolated showers and thunderstorms by later on this afternoon. But right now, taking a look outside, it's unfortunate it won't stay this way throughout the rest of our day. Just seeing a little bit of light cloud cover and plenty of sunshine to start off your Thursday morning. That's your forecast first.
Thank you, Lexi. A fast-moving storm system dropped inches of rain on New Orleans in just a few hours yesterday. The rain turning the streets of the Big Easy into instant streams.
And ultimately bringing the city to a near standstill. NBC's Dan Shenneman reports more severe weather could hit the region this weekend.
Water spouts and flash floods in New Orleans. Nearly 10 inches of rain fell on some areas in just 2 hours.
It's just unbelievable. I just want to get across the street to the Marriott and can't. I have no idea how I'm going to get across the street.
Canal Street turned into a canal. The city under a state of emergency.
We're just completely stranded here. I mean, we came down and this happened all within a matter of hours, and now no one can get anywhere. They've shut down all public transportation. There's just disabled cars all over the road. It's like a hurricane.
And more rain could arrive soon. A possible tropical storm and perhaps a hurricane now forming in the Gulf of Mexico.
And we're talking about as much as 10 to 15 inches of rain over a 24-hour period.
Winds and heavy rains could soak the coast from Louisiana to East Texas. Officials have urged anyone in the path of the storm to be ready.
The power is going to be out. We could have damage to dwellings. So you need to think about the aftermath on these things as well.
The storm is expected to make landfall this weekend. Dan Shenneman, NBC News.
West Monroe will be taking in evacuees from Plaquemine Parish. Voluntary evacuations began late yesterday afternoon. They'll be mandatory today. Evacuees will be housed at the Wreck at 7th Square on North 7th Street. They're expected to start arriving sometime today. The wreck is closed to the public until further notice. It's estimated around 250 evacuees might seek shelter here in West Monroe.
Moving now to a crime alert, a Manga man is accused of killing a man at a Monroe gas station, and police did not have to look far to find him or the alleged weapon. It happened just before 1 yesterday morning at the Circle K at Louisville and North 3rd. They found two men sitting in a black pickup. 22-year-old Joseph Morris dead in the driver's seat, a bullet in his head. 22-year-old Samuel Caleb Parker next to him. Officers say he was sitting on a Taurus 9mm pistol. Witnesses say he was holding it at the time of the shooting. Parker charged with second-degree murder, jailed so far without bond. Police have not revealed a possible motive yet. And across the bridge, a West Monroe mother and father have been arrested after police say their son watched them smoking meth. Alicia neighbors told investigators she and Larry Moore had smoked meth earlier in the day. Their 7-year-old said he watched them do the drugs. Neighbors told deputies Moore chased her down the street while dragging their 2-year-old and 6-year-old children by their arms. Both charged with using drugs around minors. Moore is also charged with 2 counts of cruelty to juveniles.
Well, rush hours aren't the only times traffic gets tricky in Ruston, but the orange cones are going up in just a couple of weeks. The projects include a connector between Celebrity Drive and the I-20 North Service Road and a traffic light where Celebrity Drive meets Farmerville Highway.
That's been a huge problem with traffic backing up, people trying to turn left on Highway 33. With this new traffic light, that alleviates that issue.
Ruston also has been working on the Tar Button interchange on the west side, a project underway for 4 years but planned for the last quarter century. It's expected to be finished in January.
With the start of the school year creeping up on us, many kids might be feeling anxious about certain subjects, but a Louisiana-based website can help not only them, but parents as well. Homework Louisiana is a website that was developed by the state library. It is partnered with libraries all across all parishes in the state. Sunday through Thursday, live tutors are available to help walk students through homework, break down a specific subject, and even prepare you for any test.
Sometimes you look at your kids' homework and you're like, what is this? I don't understand. That's okay. We have these tutors that are available that are experts in their field, and they're there to help your child succeed.
All tutors have a master's degree or higher. You also do not have to make an appointment to get help from a tutor. All you need is a Louisiana library card and a computer.
Hey, don't forget, every weeknight on NBC 10 at 10, you have a chance to win free gas. The prize is a $50 gas card brought to you by the Jim Taylor dealerships. If your name is called, you have by the end of the newscast to claim your prize. You can register at one of the Jim Taylor dealerships or go to wirecolumbus.com and click on the contest tab.
Now, your local weather.
Well, again, this is our current setup. That low-pressure system sitting out in the Gulf, expected to become a depression by later on this morning or even into the afternoon, and a tropical storm possibly by the end of the day. And, of course, with this low-pressure system, it is bringing in an influx of moisture to our region, which is why we're going to see scattered showers and thunderstorms at an increased chance for today. We do have those chances at 30%, temperatures topping at about 94 degrees with winds out of the northeast. As for tonight, a few leftover lingering showers will affect us, but should move out of our region quickly, but it will be a bit warm and muggy. We'll see temperatures at 76 degrees with winds a little bit lighter out of the northeast.
Thank you, Lexi. Still to come on NBC 10 News today, Dr. Gray here answering all of your health and weight loss questions.
That's coming up when NBC 10 News Today continues.
Are you a DirecTV or AT&T UVerse subscriber who can no longer watch our sister station, Fox 14, through your television provider? First, we apologize for the inconvenience, as DirecTV and AT&T has refused to accept our parent company's offer to extend negotiations to avoid disruption to your service. We encourage you to reach out to DirecTV and AT&T at the number on your screen to express your concern for not receiving programming from KARD Fox 14, in addition to the most accurate weather forecast and local news that protects and informs you and your family.
Sold by Duval.com.
It's BOGO days at Ivan Smith. First time ever. Buy a queen mattress set and Ivan will give you another matching set absolutely free. One for your room, one for the guest room. Top line Spring Air, a great buy at $9.99 and get a second set free. It's Ivan's first ever buy one mattress set, get a second matching set absolutely free. Don't miss this incredible opportunity right now at Ivan Smith.
I needed therapy after surgery and wanted to be close to home. I chose the brand new Rehabilitation Center at Arbor Lake in Farmerville. The therapy I received was second to none, and it was the only facility in the area that had treadmill gait training. I even had a spacious private suite in the new therapy center. Coming home for therapy was the perfect choice for me.
Arbor Lake Rehabilitation Center, specializing in your recovery between hospital and home.
Hi, I'm Randall Gilly. For over 40 years, Gilly's has served our community with exceptional service. We have some of the best trained employees in our industry, some that have been with us for over 26 years.
During Lennox Spring Sales event, receive up to $1,600 rebates or finance a new Lennox system for as low as $116 a month. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Just call the local guys, Gilly's Heating and Cooling.
Gilly's Heating and Cooling. We heat you up, we cool you down.
You might have had brunch, but have you had brunch at Frank's? We have a special brunch menu featuring one-of-a-kind brunch pizzas as well as other brunch staples. We have live jazz on Sundays, too, making Frank's the perfect Sunday brunch destination.
Bogoff here. I stick my neck out for nobody, except when it's Bogoff time at the Toggery. Buy one, get one free on spring and summer clothing throughout the Toggery. Here's looking at you, kid, when I see you at the Toggery.
Dodge Ram 8925 at Wallersinger, Winsboro.
Sold by Duval.com.
NBC 10 News Today continues.
Good morning. I'm joined by Dr. Gray with some health and lifestyle tips to help you get a little lean, get a little healthier, maybe cut a bad habit or two. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, Bodie. How are you?
I'm doing terrific. Always a pleasure to have you stop by. So starting off with the questions that you folks sent in to us, will eating fiber reduce fat in the belly?
Eating less will reduce fat in the belly. Fiber, just to lose belly fat, probably not going to work. Losing weight does it. And when you lose weight with a diet, belly fat's usually the last thing to go.
Now, a lot of folks heading to the gym in order to start that weight loss process. Does lifting weights prevent your metabolism from slowing down?
No, not really. Lifting weights, of course, builds muscle, and muscle has a higher rate of metabolism than fat does. So your metabolic rate's going to stay the same. However, if you're doing it to lose weight, probably you're defeating the purpose, because muscle builds up fast. It weighs more than the fat you're trying to lose. Mentally, it doesn't compute. That's why I tell patients who are trying to lose the weight first, and then we'll integrate some strength building into what you're doing.
All right, good deal. Now, I know we've talked a lot about whenever we eat breakfast in the morning. So does eating more protein at breakfast keep you from craving more foods during the day?
Probably. I've talked to several people who were on a Atkins diet, that is a high protein, low carbohydrate diet where they were eating a lot of protein for breakfast. And I think it does help with later cravings during the day. But if your goal is, it's also true that if you skip breakfast, you're probably going to eat less during the day. If you eat breakfast, you're probably going to want to eat more during the day, unless you're on a high protein, low carbohydrate diet.
All right, good deal. Now, you've always heard the term water weight before. How does drinking more water help you lose weight? This person says, I have a hard time trying to drink water throughout the day.
Okay, I think there's two ways. Most people, when they drink water, they think that it helps because they're feeling more full. I think the real reason it helps you lose weight is because it makes your body more efficient. It helps raise your metabolic rate and you lose weight faster.
Now, when it comes to avoiding additional pounds packing on, can stress cause you to gain weight?
Moderate stress usually causes you to gain weight because you'll eat more. And you do that mainly because when you were a baby and you cried, your mother stuffed a bottle in your mouth and you shut up and it felt good. So, but severe stress, something like a death or a divorce, most people generally lose weight because they quit eating.
And wrapping up here, sir, why is it that men seem to be losing weight quicker than women?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
It's a fun one to end on, right?
The same hormones that make women pretty make them hang on to their fat. And men don't have those female hormones, and so they can lose it faster.
All right. Well, there's the science behind it. Dr. Gray, always great having you stop by the studio. Where can folks get in touch with you?
Well, they can call us, Bodie, at 318-251-1000, or they can come see us on Reynolds Drive in Ruston.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. We'll have those tips and this interview posted on myarklemiss.com.